If you've ever seen a car and said, "What the hell is that?" you're in the right place. Today, you will witness 10 of the most bizarre and questionable cars ever made. Honestly, I've seen a lot of cars in my life, but nothing prepared me for any of these. You may have never ridden a snail, but hey, here's your chance. This is the Nissan S-Cargo. I mean, just look at that chubby front end and flat high roof. It totally looks like a snail cruising down the road. Its name is actually a clever pun on the French word for snail, escargot. This car was introduced in 1989 as a commercial vehicle. The designer imitated the classic French van, the Citroën 2CV, but it seems they went a little overboard. Despite its tiny appearance, it's surprisingly capable. With room for 2 and up to 300 kilograms of cargo, it actually works well in tight urban spaces. Some people even joked that it looks like a mini hearse, which, honestly, might be more accurate than a snail. Next, we've got a futuristic-looking one. This Lancia Stratos HF0 looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. Measuring 3.6 meters long but only 84 centimeters tall, this car is so low to the ground you could almost trip over it. And guess what? It doesn't even have doors, which raises the question, how do you get inside? The entire windshield lifts up like a lid, allowing the driver and passenger to crawl in from the front. On the bright side, you won't hit other cars when you open the door. Inside, the instrumentation was presented as a digital control screen, more of a futuristic showpiece than a functional display. And perhaps the most surprising part, this was built back in 1970 as a concept car. The future was already in the past, don't you think? Think all sports cars have to be low to the ground? Think again. This Youabian Puma proves that someone wanted a sports car version of a monster truck. At 6 meters long, almost as long as a small bus, and weighing 3.5 tons, it's an enormous custom car with oversized tires, a long wheelbase, and a wide, curvy body. Power comes from a 505 horsepower General Motors LS7 V8, which pushes this beast to a top speed of 273 kilometers per hour. It literally looks like a Hot Wheels toy car brought to life. It not only attracted everyone's attention, but also sparked countless debates about whether it was beautiful or ugly. You could say that its weirdness is its selling point, so weird that it sells for $1.1 million. You think your grandpa is crazy enough? Let's look at a creation that might have come from your great-great-grandfather, the Scott Sociable. If you look closely, you'll see it has 3 wheels, with the front wheel clearly off to one side and the seats arranged side by side. At first glance, it looked awkwardly wide and unbalanced. Surprisingly though, it could actually perform decently on the road. Powered by a 578cc parallel twin-cylinder engine, the Sociable could reach speeds of up to 80 km per hour. But if that were the whole story, it wouldn't have made this list. The rear wheels had independent brakes, which meant stopping at high speeds was, let's just say, quite a thrill. Only about 200 of these were ever made from 1921 to 1924, and thankfully, it never went mainstream. The car's design was unusual, which isn't too surprising considering Scott mainly made sidecar machine gun carriers during World War I. Next up is another one from Japan, the Mitsuoka Orochi. Its design was inspired by the legendary serpent, the Yamata no Orochi. Look at that exaggerated front end, which can be best described as a big emoji. Its lifelike headlights and air vents, combined with the flowing yet twisted bodylines, make it look like a giant creature lurking on the ground. In fact, the designer Takanori Aoki actually wanted the car to give off a more evil vibe. While the Orochi is visually striking, it emphasizes comfort over outright performance. It is equipped with a 3.3-liter V6 Toyota 3M ZFE engine, producing 225 horsepower, which provides adequate power, but clearly isn't meant to turn this mythical beast into a track monster. So in the end, the Orochi isn't really about speed or performance. It's about looking like nothing else on the road. Love it or hate it, once you've seen it, you'll never forget it. Next, not only ugly, this car's weird in ways you won't believe. Say hello to the Aurora. In the 1950s, a Catholic priest named Alfred A. Giuliano designed what he hoped would be the world's safest vehicle. It had a round bubble top and a specially designed front end to prevent injury to pedestrians. It was also equipped with safety features that were highly unusual for the time: seat belts, a roll cage, a padded instrument panel, and side impact bars. The strangest feature let the seats turn to face backwards if a crash seemed likely, though it's hard to see how that would really work. In the end, the car looks like a Napoleon fish with a ridiculous jawline. While it may have achieved its goal of being safe, its appearance and a staggering price tag of $30,000, a huge sum at the time, also made it one of the most bizarre car designs of all time, a perfect example of a design failure. Speaking of design failures, we have to mention this one, the Fiat Multipla. This car is one of the most controversial in history and is often cited as the ugliest car ever made. Its front face looks like it's split into two layers, and the bizarrely placed headlights make it look like a psychotic duck. Although its appearance was widely criticized, the designer's original intention was good. They wanted to create a family car that could seat 6 people and have a spacious interior. Both the front and back rows have 3 seats, which was an extremely unusual layout and made space utilization remarkably high. Despite being only about 4 meters long, it could comfortably carry 6 adults and still offer a big 430 liters of luggage space. Remove the rear 3 seats, and it opened up a massive 1,900 liters of flat load space, turning this quirky little MPV into a true space magician. Over time, its sheer weirdness even earned it a cult following. Next up is a car with a different kind of weirdness. The BMW GINA Light Visionary model may not look particularly strange, but its material is very strange. Its body is made of flexible fabric, a polyurethane-coated spandex stretched over a movable metal frame. The car could actually change shape. Its headlights blinked open like eyes, the rear spoiler extended from beneath the skin, and the bonnet opened from the center like a clamshell, revealing the S62 V8 nestled within GINA's flexible body, giving a sense of futuristic, flowing mechanical design. Even the doors lifted upward like wings, pulling the flexible fabric of the body along with them. Still, this concept, which was introduced in 2008, was incredibly groundbreaking and received widespread attention for its forward-thinking design. It challenged the traditional concept that cars must be made of metal or glass, and was a bold and beautiful experiment in automotive design history. Speaking of weird cars, we can't not mention this one, the Peel P50, certified by the Guinness World Records as the world's smallest production car, might be smaller than the shopping cart I push at the supermarket. Just how small is this car? It's about 1.4 meters long, 1 meter wide, and 1.2 meters tall. It's powered by a tiny 49cc single-cylinder engine, smaller than most motorcycle engines, and, like many motorcycles, it has no reverse gear. That's right, if you want to reverse, you have to get out, lift the back of the car by hand, and turn it around. It can reach a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour, though that depends a lot on your body weight, considering the car itself only weighs 59 kilograms. Only 50 of the original models were produced between 1962 and 1965. It was originally designed for city commuting and shopping, but its extremely small size has transcended practicality and become a cultural icon. In fact, it was advertised in the 1960s as capable of seating 1 adult and a shopping bag. Many people say driving this car feels like driving a moving shoebox. Finally, let's look at this car that literally pushes weirdness to another dimension, the AVE Mizar. This car may look like an ordinary Ford Pinto, but its rear can be attached to the wings and the 210 horsepower Continental aircraft engine from a Cessna Skymaster. This bizarre creation could be driven on the road and in just a few minutes transformed into a flying machine. For a brief moment, it seemed to prove that even a Pinto could defy gravity and claim the sky. Something nobody ever expected from one of the most unglamorous cars of its era. Yet critics warned that combining a car with aircraft parts was a disaster waiting to happen. And indeed, the dream was short-lived. In the test flight, the Mizar crashed, taking the inventor with it and turning what might have been a revolutionary milestone into a tragic legend. Today, it stands less as a blueprint for the future and more as a cautionary tale of what happens when vision exceeds engineering. These cars are bizarre, showcasing designers' wild creativity. Some worked, some didn't, and a few probably should have stayed as ideas. So what do you think? Which one is the weirdest? Let me know in the comments. See you soon!